Greek team with Panagiotis Triantafyllou Vasileios and Gerasmo PYLARINOS Markanos.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great opportunity to listen to our commentators on the Epee radio we have in the venue. Please set your mobile on the radio station 95.1 and use your headphones.
Well, they're going to be facing the team of France, and they came up against France in the pool, losing 45-22. So this could be a tough call for the Greek team.
Yeah, it could be. This Polish team very, very strong, and here it is. Kamil Sada of Poland, and we've got Dariusz PENDER and Malvinik of Poland also. So we've got three very, very strong fencers, and they're going to be battling it all the way. We'll just have a look here.
Well, we have been following Poland on their journey in this piece, and they, in their pools, had a strong performance against Italy, but did lose to a dominant Chinese team on their way to the semi-finals. And now, using that semi-final match, find themselves with a chance still of a medal. If they can repeat what they managed in the pools, Poland will go home with a bronze for the first bout. PYLARINOS Markanos will be representing Greece as he prepares very patriotic braiding in the hair for the Greek athlete. He's up against Dariusz PENDER from Poland.
Referees, please start the bout.
Senhores árbitros, por favor, deem início ao combate.
Well, they're almost all ready to go. The chair's already fixed. Just got to work out the distance between the chairs now, and you'll see that they will measure them up from the one with the shortest reach. And the chairs are absolutely fixed. They're fixed, but not actually fixed to the piste, where sometimes they do move along the piste, but you'll see that just once or twice we have to make a readjustment.
Now the first of 9 bouts that will determine the bronze medalist in this men's team epee. Categories A and B placed together in the team events. So we'll see 2 athletes in category A per team and 1 in category B. Both of these athletes up first compete in category A. Maybe you can tell us a little bit of the difference between the 2 categories and how this might affect the relay.
Certainly. Well, the A category, certainly they have a little bit more movement in the upper part of the body, and so able to move a little bit more freely in the chair itself. And B classifications, poorer balance and recovery, but full use of one or both upper limbs. So still just not quite able to move with the same freedom as the category A, and it does make a difference when you get category A against category B. And we'll just talk about some of the technicalities and some of the tactics that unfold as they go through the matches, because as they go through the matches, it does get technical and it does get tactical.
Well, this the opening bout. First fencer to reach 5 points within the 3 minutes allowed. If we reach 3 minutes, the time is up before, the score will just remain at how many points have been scored at that stage. And the first team to 45 points will be declared the winners of this bronze medal match.
Just explain how it goes up to in 5-point increments.
Well, we've got 9 bouts, So 9 goes into 45, 5 times, 5 hits per bout. Will soon become evident as we go up in increments of 5 as a result. So imagine, for example, Poland, who've got the 1-0 lead, ends up winning, let's just say 5-3. Then the next 2 opponents will come on and it'll be the first to 10. So the opposite team would have a chance to overtake and regain the lead. Well, it is 1 apiece, with the protective apron just coming slightly off the left-hander. PYLARINOS, MARKAN. And that's needed just to limit the scoring area in Epee. The only part of the body, well, the only target is the whole of the body from the waist upwards, from the skirt upwards. Well, that previous point was disallowed for Greece. So Poland lead 1-0. Dariusz Pender over PYLARINOS, MARKAN.
Yeah, already we've seen just how much they use the wheelchair, how much they move within the wheelchair, should I say, and they've got to keep one buttock in contact, and there are judges that will pick up on that. If both the buttocks come off the wheelchair, then they can incur a yellow card. And 2 yellow cards will be a point deducted.
The cards only last per bout, so every time a new fencer's onto the piste, it's a clean sheet to start with. Pender just starting to creep ahead, but a fairly slow start, a fairly slow starting bout as well. Unusual to only see 2 points on the scoreboard in almost a minute of time already accrued.
Yeah, MARKAN was angry with himself there, made a mistake.
Again, that leg just becoming exposed and opening up a bit of a target. Now, in theory, if Pender's tip of his epee touched that area, it would cause the light to go off and potentially an invalid hit, but then slow proceedings down if the referee hadn't spotted it. Pender now just showing a bit more experience. PYLARINOS, MARKAN, more of a sabre fencer, and he competed in the individual sabre, not the epee. And this may be starting to show. Pender made it through to the quarterfinals in his individual epee. But an epeeist and a foilist up against an epeeist and a sabre. First point on the scoreboard for Greece.
Well, like you said, it's a slow match because that clock, we haven't seen many times where it's gone the full 3 minutes or anywhere near it. So this one is quite tactical.
Now, PYLARINOS, MARKAN just putting a bit of pressure on Pender. Pender only finished 8th in the individual, asking for a review now, but the more experienced of the two, especially in epee, actually the Paralympic champion from the Sydney Paralympics as well as the London Paralympic Games. Well, that was a lovely hit on the outside of Pender's wrist, just as Pender was starting to recover and to open the distance back up. A brave attack by MARKAN.
Yeah, every point absolutely imperative here.
Well, the referee has decided it looks as though there was too much movement and Markan just coming out of his chair, and therefore the hit disallowed and a warning given.
Yeah, look how much of a difference that makes to the scoreline now.
Well, this would be more of an expected scoreline between the two. Pender, twice Paralympic champion in the individual epee, up against PYLARINOS Markan, who's predominantly experience that Pender showed there. So a strong start for Poland. 5 points for Pender, just 1 for Gerasimus PYLARINOS Markan.
You said that they competed together already, so they're able to come back and compete again at the later stages.
Well, this must be a really difficult situation for the Greek team to really come out with a positive mindset, because they were beaten significantly in the pools by this Polish team. So next up, it is Vasileios NTOUNIS for Greece. A 26-year-old competing in his first Paralympic Games. And he's going to face Kamil RZASA. RZASA, a category B fencer, so lower mobility.
Yeah, just explain how that makes a difference now, because from a tactical point of view now, I think that Tunis will be trying, I think, just to get points on the board and to pull this deficit back.
Well, it will be an opportunity for Greece to equalise, if not get ahead of Poland.
Yeah, this is a good time just to explain that it's up to 10 now, so it does give Tunis chance to come right the way back here and to go ahead if it's at all possible.
Tunis, the higher category, so the lower impairment. He's only been fencing for 3 years, so quite a steep learning curve to be at the Paralympics 3 years after starting this sport. Had a strong event in the individual sabre. No team event in sabre, this being Epee and RZASA with an early point on the board. Both of these athletes competing in their first B, as we mentioned earlier. Tunis competed against category A fencers in his Sabre competition.
So far we've seen the B category fencers fighting very, very well under pressure and winning valuable points for their team. Waiting for the right moment there, Tunis. So 2-1 up, and well, Greece now 3 behind. Very quick off the mark there. Brings it up to 6-4.
This is what they need. One of their real opportunities to make the most of a Category A against a Category B, because don't forget, coming up, they will have to have their Category B fencer fence Poland's Category A on 2 occasions. And the tables will most likely be turned on that occasion.
Another one for RZASA there. So remember, this is up to 10. Still gives NTOUNIS the chance to bring his score right the way up, but we're into the last minute now. Two points away to win this match. Double hit this time. So 1 step closer to the 10 and 1 point as well to Greece. Double hits both register in F8, both register up a point.
TOUNIS only managed to limit that deficit by 1 point so far, and RZASA now so close to finishing this fight. But look at the clock, very little time left, and neither fencer wants to risk making a mistake, just playing out for time. You can see neither side were going to risk an attack at that late stage, so we didn't actually make it to 10 on that occasion. Vasileios NTOUNIS scoring 5, Kamil RZASA scoring 4. That leaves Poland in the lead after putting one of their Category B fencers up against Greeks Category A. So Poland will take a positive feeling from that. Still leading Greece by 3 points. But now it is the 1st to 15. The whole match will go to 45. So if in that situation the time runs out, it just gives the next bout an extra hit or 2. An extra hit in this occasion. Panagiotis TRIANTAFYLLOU, his first appearance in this match, and making his first appearance for Poland, Michal NALEWAJEK. The best comparison for these two teams on the form they have today would be with them matches against China. So Poland faced China in their pools, losing 45-38, and Greece faced the top-seeded China in the knockout stages in the semi-finals and lost 45-33. So not a huge difference in that scoreline, but Poland getting 5 more points in the fight against the very informed People's Republic of China.
But you do have different styles, don't you? And certain styles suit. But this is for a bronze medal here at the Paralympics, so it's slightly different tactics.
NALEWAJEK saluting his opponent and the referees. TRIANTAFYLLOU just checking his apron is fully covering the chair. So we have the left-hander NALEWAJEK of Poland on the right-hand side, and TRIANTAFYLLOU of Greece, the right-hander, on the left-hand side. Early hit. TRIANTAFYLLOU.
It didn't quite happen that time. One more point to Poland.
TRIANTAFYLLOU, a category B, are up against Poland's category A. If he can maintain the points difference, I'm sure he would be satisfied with that. If he could actually decrease the points difference, that would be a real positive moment. And at the moment, he leads 3 points to 2. Not for long.
Very quick turnaround there. That was a quick point. Double point this time. So now it's 13-10, Poland. Another double. Takes one step closer.
One point to Poland. As we mentioned, he is the category below, and it might have been a bit of damage limitation. Michal NALEWAJEK winning 6 points in that bout. We were a point below, if you remember, at the start. And Panagiotis, TRIANTAFYLLOU collecting the 5. That last hit was allowed. That was just a real-time replay.
Yes, exactly. So Poland leading 15-11.
So the opening 3 bouts has seen all 3 fencers make their appearance on the piste. And now we start to change the rotation. Drazimos, PYLARINOS, MARKAN up against Kamil RZASA. This bout number 4 of the 9 bouts in this bronze medal match.
Kamil RZASA is at B category, so we now have a chance, MARKAN to pull some points back, but it doesn't always work that way. MARKAN, a lot of experience, Paralympic. Just missed out on bronze medals 2 times actually, in individual sabre in London and in Beijing.
Well, we've seen RZASA in previous bouts early on today hold his own as a category B fencer up against category A fencers. So if he can be the first to 20, it'll help Poland's chances, starting off successfully there. And RZASA will know, but he's got the advantage, and as we can see, the clock starting to tick down. PYLARINOS MARKAN getting an equaliser point for this bout. but still 4 points off equalising the overall team score. And the attack for Greece. Point on target. Another point to add to the team score. Creeping ever closer to Poland's lead. RZASA really doing his best to get to 20 points as soon as possible.
Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it, if RZASA did do that? It'd be a job well done. Another point, though, goes up to MARKAN.
Poland have had the lead from the very first bout. They won't want to drop it now. RZASA doing a sterling job maintaining this margin. 4 points separating the teams of Greece and the team of Poland. You can see now MARKAN just using his range to stay out of the way until he's ready to close the distance and make an attack. Very close to the top of the wrist of RZASA there. RZASA disengaging so neatly.
Yeah, time going down as well.
Double touch. And that will suit Poland. RZASA desperate for just one more point, whether a single or a double, but it's MARKAN who gets the next individual point, bringing his team within 3 of the lead that Poland have.
Oh, what a close match, this one. Back and forth.
Well, there it is. And Poland maintain their advantage. A very close match. 5 points apiece for Erasmus, PYLARINOS, MARKAN and Kamil RZASA.
Just a little flick over the top there.
Poland will be satisfied with that as they maintain their 4-point lead. 4 bouts done, 5 to go. As TRIANTAFYLLOU now will face Dariusz PENDER. Well, this is now a role reversal when it comes to the categories. We have Poland's category A fencer, PENDER, up against TRIANTAFYLLOU, who competes in category B. Also another sabre specialist, the Greek team favouring the sabre weapon on the whole. TRIANTAFYLLOU won the silver medal in the individual sabre.
I think that Poland will be depending on PENDER now to push that lead up a little bit more. Former Paralympic champion 2 times, Sydney and in London.
We're in this bronze medal match. TRIANTAFYLLOU, the only fencer from either team to already have a Paralympic medal from these games. So admittedly not in Epee. He's shown he can hold his nerve under pressure.
Yeah, these are absolutely needed points, aren't they, for Greece?
Well, leveling it to 1 apiece. Pender bringing the score to 21-17 in Poland's advantage. And now, this could be when the becomes obvious that we have a category A over category B on the piece.
Well, every point is good for Greece. That double, excellent for them.
Poland now 1 point away from finishing this bout. Dariusz Pender leading by 4 points to 2, and he wraps it up 5 points to 2 over Panagiotis Triantaphylloou, just increasing the lead a little bit more for the team of Poland.
Just starting to pull away now, the Poles. 24-18, and then just that last one there just wins the bout. There's the score, 25-18, and Greece trail, and they need to get points on the board if they're going to stay in contention for this bronze medal.
So through to bout number 6, Vasileios NTOUNIS and Michal NALEWAJEK will battle it out on the piste. 7-point advantage for NALEWAJEK coming into this. Vasileios NTOUNIS with a challenge on his hands. The least experienced of the Greek team. Up against the youngest of the Polish team as well. Both in their first Paralympic Games.
So if you're in the Polish camp at this moment, would you say that all the tactics, everything going in the right direction?
A lot of the tactics comes with the team order, so the order in which you number your athletes for the draw. So that will have been done beforehand, having the stronger athletes to fight in the final round, the final bout. But at the moment, the tactics are win as many points as you can for either team.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, was will it make a difference later on, but we'll see that it does. Remember that the main aim here is the 45 at the end as a team overall. So every point, very, very important. So if you go category A against category B, every point that the category B can save is an advantage.
We will finish with 2 category A fencers. It'll be bout number 7 where the 2 category Bs will meet. Camaraderie between the various athletes, the various nations. A smile there from NTOUNIS, but that smile will be wiped away as soon as the mask comes on and the bout begins. NALEWAJEK straight away wanting to keep out of the reach of NTOUNIS until he's ready to close that distance. Very defensive start by the Polish fencer.
Yes, 30 points is the next mark that they're going for. See their chairs move then, and that looked to me as if the chair came loose, so they'll have to ratchet the chair to make sure that it doesn't move, because they need that to get purchase sometimes, the athletes.
NALEWAJEK still staying out the way, and this could be tactical. He might be a little bit concerned that he could give points away to NTOUNIS, but not afraid to come in when he's ready and getting the point on target with that first hit. But almost 50 seconds until we have a score on the board. And that's definitely to Poland's advantage. So NALEWAJEK in no hurry at all, but we'd expect to see NTOUNIS trying to start to close that gap. Double touch, taking Poland ever closer to the victory.
Yeah, this is where we start to see the tactics, isn't it? Like you say, no rush now. NALEWAJEK knows that he's got to come to him. NTOUNIS has to go to try and pick up points.
The clock ticking down. Defenders will be aware of this. NTOUNIS biding his time and coming in explosively when he's ready. 2-all between these two fencers in this bout. Number 6. NTOUNIS for the first time. 1 point ahead of NALEWAJEK. Now NALEWAJEK getting a little more active.
Yeah.
Both fencers most certainly suddenly coming into distance, into striking distance. And there, catching of the guards afterwards, but the point was already scored by NTOUNIS.
Yeah, NTOUNIS 4-2 up in their encounter, but still short, but picking up the points.
A double touch. Means the distance between the two teams remains the same. Poland leading by 5. NTOUNIS still closing that gap. And now has 6 points to NALEWAJEK's 3. And only trailing Poland by 4, but not for long. NALEWAJEK quick to retaliate. 1 point away from closing this bout. Just a little steaming off his goggles.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of panic, didn't we? NALEWAJEK just suddenly realised he's got to change his tactics a little bit.
Well, this second minute, seen a lot more points on the scoreboard in comparison to the first. NTOUNIS suddenly starting to try and claw back some of those points. But NALEWAJEK, not even aware he'd got that hit, was renewing his attack. Better to be safe than sorry in that situation. Wait for the referee to call halt.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're the one that said don't look at the lights, and he didn't.
Well, that's what the coach would be teaching him. It's better to continue to renew the attack if you aren't sure. But his first point was lucky. That's just a replay from when the guards were caught. But there, he went in for the renewal, having already got the first hit. Less points than his competitor, but still maintaining the lead. 6 points. Poland are now leading Greece. Match bout 7 in this bronze medal match. Panagiotis Triantaphylloou back onto the piste. He'll face Kamil Jaza. And this, the only time Category B fencer will face another Category B fencer in the whole match. 3 bouts to go. Poland with a 6-point advantage. And no more mismatches now of categories. So we have this fight, which is 2 Category Bs, and then we just have the final 2 bouts with the final 2 Category A fencers from either team. So less likely to see a dramatic change in the score, or dramatic change in the difference between the 2 team scores. first team to 45 will win a bronze medal.
Yeah, another point up for Poland. So important, but all the time just trying to maintain that the wheelchair is covered.
TRIANTAFYLLOU. You can see RZASA just keeping so close around the guard. TRIANTAFYLLOU just almost tickling the top of his wrist. TRIANTAFYLLOU trying to bide his time till he's ready. Unsuccessful attempt there. RZASA catching TRIANTAFYLLOU on the arm.
I was going to say that RZASA and Poland have time, don't they? They have the points on there. So double point, as many double points as they want. They're well ahead. 34-25 now.
RZASA just keeping as accurate as he can, waiting for TRIANTAFYLLOU to make a mistake, to expose his arm. TRIANTAFYLLOU attempted a coupe on the top of the wrist, unsuccessful, just off target there with that counter attack. And a point for TRIANTAFYLLOU, his first individual point against RZASA. RZASA just wants to close this out, and he does. 5 points to 2 for Kamil RZASA of Poland over Panagiotis TRIANTAFYLLOU of Greece. And as a result, that will increase the lead for Poland by another 3. Well, one lovely hit by TRIANTAFYLLOU. There it was, direct disengagement. But that's his only points, and the rest were for RZASA to pick up, along with those couple of double touches.
Well, there it is, 35-26, favour of Poland. And they're doing a good job, aren't they, Poland? Everybody fencing very, very well, and I would think that the plan is working.
They're keeping their calm, and the thing is, with a team relay, the pressure starts to come on the trailing team towards the end, and we only have 2 bouts remaining. Michal NALEWAJEK, his final bout now, and he faces Gerasimas PYLARINOS Markantonatos, the Greek fencer, sabreur specialist, competing in his 3rd Paralympic Games for Greece. NALEWAJEK making his debut here in Rio.
Just 2 more bouts left, and we'll finish with the strongest fencers. So a lot of action still to come.
Well, let's just put the lead that Poland have into perspective. A score of 35 points to Greece. It's a score of 26. That means Poland 9 points in the lead, but the end score of 45 points only 10 away from Poland. So in a sense, Greece now need 2 hits for every 1 hit of Poland.
That's a great statistic.
That's if I got the maths right. Well, basically, in layman's terms. Greece need to pull out something very special in these last two bouts.
They've got a mountain to climb.
NALEWAJEK will know that things are on his side. He'll expect to see PYLARINOS MARKAN start to feel the pressure and possibly make some mistakes. And NALEWAJEK use this to his advantage. The time will be against Greece, because if the time runs out, Poland will be in the lead.
Well, he's just letting him come to him, isn't he? NALEWAJEK gets that one, very important one as well. Look at the celebration.
Biding his time. There's MARKAN just trying to get a reaction from NALEWAJEK. Both fencers just missing, coming in close. And again there, points just a little high. And you can see either wanting to make the first move, but NALEWAJEK just ready for that attack from Greece. He teased it out of his opponent. Again, just playing with each other, seeing who's going to be brave enough to initiate this attack. Well, it was.
It's just the waiting game, isn't it, really? But NALEWAJEK doesn't mind waiting now. Let that time run out. Doesn't matter to him because they're way ahead. They're 10 points ahead.
Just trying to tempt a reaction. Well timed by PYLARINOS MARKAN there. Just catching NALEWAJEK as his arm came forwards. Two each. This evenly matched bout so far. Both fencers being so careful. They know it's near the end of the match. And NALEWAJEK desperately celebrating.
I think the referee just saying, let's calm down just a little bit.
And you can see that NALEWAJEK starting to get very warm inside his mask. The nervous energy, the physical energy being expended in this, the final bout for these two athletes. One more bout will decide the victor of the overall match.
Yeah, the Poles have done everything right so far. Great tactical play, and look at that, just picked up another point there. One off then, just one off, and that's what his indication was there. One to go.
Well, PYLARINOS looked as though he was really doing his best to keep up with NALEWAJEK, and now it's 4-2 to the pole in this bout. And wonderful timing there. That was a beautiful hit by NALEWAJEK. And he knows it. Not only was the win significant, but a nice way to seal that. Celebrating as though they've just won the match, and that is because they know they are so close to the bronze medal now. Well, this is quite some margin that Poland lead. 12 points, Greece on 28, Poland on 40. And this match will be sealed at 45. Vasileios NTOUNIS for Greece will have to produce something incredibly special if he's going to claw back that deficit on Dariusz Pender of Poland. Trailing by 12. But don't forget, there are only 3 minutes allowed. So NTOUNIS, to win, needs 13 points in 3 minutes. And that's only if there are no doubles and Pender scores no points. But already Poland confident, setting the bar high. Double touch, brilliant for Poland. Really not good news for Greece.
No, I think he's come out here just to be aggressive with it, hasn't he? And picking up points there. 3 very quick points, just
wow, that was so short but so sweet for Poland. They will celebrate that bronze medal. Greece gave it everything they could. Vasileios NTOUNIS hugging his coach. The coach congratulating Dariusz Pender on a very classy final bout. Hugs all round for the team of Poland. As they celebrate. NALEWAJEK delighted.
Yeah, I was going to say
around the arena.
I was going to say, I wondered whether it was just going to hang back, but he didn't hang back. He did exactly the opposite. Just took the fight to him, didn't he? How quickly did he do that?
Well, we'll see a replay in a moment, but some very short, sharp bouts we've seen, but none quite as short and sharp as that one, and it's being the crucial finale of this match. And the final score: Poland 45, winners of the bronze medal. Greece, the best they could manage, was 29.
Well, while the Poles celebrate, and celebrate they should, because that was amazing. It really was. Talk about a plan coming together. Everything worked, and now they're the bronze medal winners. We still have one more bronze medal match still to come, the ladies, and it's going to happen soon. Again, Poland have a chance for bronze against Hungary. That match is going to come, well, very, very shortly. But Poland men, well, they're going to celebrate, and here they are with the team photo.